Hey Nashville, welcome back to the NFM podcast brought to you from the Optimize You studio. Our sponsors today are Black Rifle, the Navy, and Nutrition Shop. This is a very special episode for a couple reasons. Tala, who do we have today?
I'm so excited. We have my lovely fiance, which is so funny because I talk about him almost every episode. Like, I'm always like, my fiance does this, my fiance does that. Well, we were like, let's bring him in, you guys.
The famous fiance.
Jon Martin, welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. You can totally bring in the mic closer to you.
Close enough?
Keep it as close as you want.
Closer.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Is that good?
Yeah. Which is fitting. He should have been on here before now because he is in the fitness world.
Absolutely.
For sure. We have a lot of things to talk about. And also, we have hit our 100th episode.
Isn't
We're
that
actually
insane?
a couple over.
We are a couple over.
But 100 episodes of the Nashville Fit podcast.
What's been your favorite thing so far of doing the podcast?
Oh, man, that's a good question.
Hanging out with me, duh.
I was about to say,
Like,
honestly,
duh.
whenever we started hosting together, I was like, wow, this feels so much like more natural and just vibey, and yeah, it's fun. I love it. But I think like my definite favorite thing is just meeting so many people.
Yeah.
Like I was like, if I didn't do this podcast, I would not meet all these people in Nashville and all these things people are doing. Like people are out there just
networking,
doing cool
people
stuff.
are killing it. We just had Nicole on. I mean, learning so much and being inspired. It's such an amazing
so
pick me
inspiring.
up. We film on Tuesdays, so it's a great filming day just in the middle of the week to just get a nice little pick me up.
It's motivating.
I love it. Well, Jon, he was like, what do I expect? And I was like, well, we do something called the basket of debate. And we just kind of get to know each other. I feel like you and I don't really know each other that well. So I feel like this is going to definitely really help.
Let's do it.
I was really on the fence about marriage, but after we do this,
Okay.
I'm going to be.
It's
know-
better than
she'll know
couples
for
counseling.
sure.
It's better than couples counseling. Okay.
The
I'm
debate
going to
is
pick
powerful.
one and you'll pick one. I'll read mine.
Do you think people listen to us just for the basket debate sometimes?
100%. That's the only reason I show up is for the basket
Same.
of debate.
For sure.
Is it worse to forget your wallet at home or forget why you walked into a room? Oh, it's definitely worse to forget your wallet at home, especially when I'm with Jon because, sir,
I'm paying for everything.
He's paying for everything. I'm like, we're at Target and I need this dress.
I don't think,
Exactly. So definitely worse. Forgetting anything when I'm walking into a room, that's a daily occurrence for me.
Like that's normal.
That's
gonna
so
happen.
normal for me.
Yeah.
All right. What about you?
Losing the wallet for sure.
Which you lose a lot.
Oh my God, too much.
I know. Poor thing. He gets in a car and things fly out of his pocket.
All the time.
Why do
You need
why
to
has why are women the only one that wear purses? I really feel like men should be.
Bring back the fanny pack.
Well, it's. I mean,
I
they're.
do fanny pack.
I
yeah.
feel like men need it more than women. Honestly.
Oh, yeah.
They have so many things too. Anyway,
Well, I was going to say that for me, leaving my wallet at home is a normal occurrence.
is it?
Like that's the norm for me.
Do you use
But
Apple
I
Pay?
use Tap to Pay.
Exactly.
Oh,
I was
nice.
going to
So
say
I'm
now
usually
that
fine.
we use Apple Pay, it's okay if you forget your wallet at home.
Do you have your license
I
on
was
your
just saying,
phone?
no, that's the problem. Is thankfully I don't really get pulled over very often.
Knock on wood, right?
I'm
Where's
looking for
where's
wood.
wood? Yeah.
Like I don't think I have my wallet with me today. Like now that I'm thinking
Hilarious.
about it.
Me
Yeah,
either.
I don't. I Tap to Pay to get my espresso drink earlier.
Okay.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
But I mean, walking to a room forgetting, that's also common. So I don't know.
feel you there.
We're all
yeah.
messed up in here,
Yeah.
babe.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah. Okay.
You wanna go with yours?
My prompt is: would you rather go 1 year with no phone or 1 month where your phone speaks your thoughts out loud?
Oh gosh. I'm an open book, so let my phone just say what I'm thinking because you probably already hear me say it. I can't go a year without my phone. I can't even
So-
go a day.
Wait, I thought it was a month without your phone or a year.
It's 1 year without your phone, or for 1 month your phone speaks your thoughts out loud.
Let it speak my
Whoa.
thoughts. You already know how I feel.
That's dangerous. I know.
I'm like,
no, at home
this-
I know everything.
He knows exactly how I,
I know
feel.
everything, unfiltered. Yeah.
Yeah.
You sure you
about
want to
you?
do that?
Yeah. I can't go a year without my phone. Are you
That's
kidding?
too funny. Okay. I would rather go 1 year without my phone.
Man, now I have some other questions to
You know
follow up
what?
with.
That
Like, what are
means
you
no
thinking
more
about?
phone calls.
I know that's very true. We live together now, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Abby?
I think like when you said without the phone, I was like, ooh, that would probably feel good. It'd probably be the best year of my life, least stressful year of my life.
Right.
But I don't know how actually practically how I could do without my phone. Like
Right. Yeah.
my screen time is email, messages,
Mhm.
Safari. Like it's
Yeah.
everything for work. It's just
Do you ever
hours
think
on my
about the
phone.
early days before cell phones were invented and people,
Yeah.
like, how people were driving? Like, if you got into a car accident,
Yeah.
how would you call 911?
Payphones.
Yeah.
You had to walk.
But
What
you're on
about-
the interstate.
What about 911? Like, what if there's an
No,
emergency?
but you're on the interstate. What do you mean
I
there's a
know.
payphone on the side of
Oh,
I-40?
I know.
There's
Oh,
not.
I yeah.
Exactly. I always, these are the questions that keep me up at night.
Yeah. I guess mine would have to speak my thoughts for a month.
Same. All right, Abby,
Okay.
let's do yours.
If aliens showed up, what's the first thing you would tell them?
Oh, I would think I would more so ask them questions, but tell them.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are we going to tell aliens?
I
would
want.
just look
Yeah, they already know everything.
They,
Yeah.
I would just look at them and be like, "Do you like what you did? Are you happy?"
Are you happy
Are
with
you
what
happy
you
with
did?
this? Or I'd just be like, "Get ready." Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't even know. I think I would be like, "Do you want to go shopping?" I think I would just love to hang
tell
out.
them.
What would you ask or tell them?
What would I tell them?
Yeah.
That I was a believer all this time. Please,
Like,
please don't hurt me. I'm on your side.
Yes. Please don't hurt me. I come in peace. That's a good one. What about
I
you?
don't know. Probably like the craziest thing I could think of that they might not know about, like AI. I don't know. I would just try to inform them.
They're
about,
probably like, "Yeah, we know.
They're like,
we did
this
it."
is garbage.
We created
Just so
garbage
you know.
technology.
Yeah, they
Literally.
did.
That's so interesting. All right. Well, a successful basket of debate.
Nice. Good job,
Yeah.
everybody.
Nice.
Always.
Well, first and foremost, you're right. It was only natural that we have Jon on the podcast. Jon
Yes.
is a personal trainer now, personal coach online, as well as in person. And I've kind of watched over the past 6-ish years you get to this journey. But for people that don't know, take us to where it all began.
6-ish years.
Well, I've known you for 6 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
How long have
Okay.
y'all been together?
That's a whole nother story for a whole nother podcast.
All right.
No, it's funny. We were together about 6 years ago for the first time, and we were together about 2 years, and we broke up. Went 3 years no contact, and now we're together for now almost 2 years. So it's
Couldn't
like
stay
I've kind of
Yeah.
seen the process of how he got to where he is today.
Mm.
Yeah. So when she knew me in the beginning, I was actually really skinny, and then we got together, and I gained a lot of weight.
Same.
And
that
then,
happens in relationships.
Oh yeah. Me
Does
and my
that happen
husband-
to you and your
Me
husband?
and my husband gained like 15 pounds our freshman year, which we got married. No, yeah, we got married summer before sophomore year of college. So we were doing married housing together, and I was cooking out of the Pioneer Woman cookbooks every night, and
Nice.
we were making
Nice.
cookie skillets like every night.
Because that's
I
like,
like
it,
dates
yeah.
revolve around restaurants and food,
Food,
and like
eating,
that's
quality
true
time.
and happy weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep going. I'm sorry, babe.
Yeah. You know, my weight was always fluctuating throughout the years, but like I started getting really serious about health and fitness, I would say 2 years ago. And then I would just work out in my garage. I would see some progress. I would have a little bit of a game plan. And then I decided, you know, hey, I want to get certified with, you know, ISSA in being a personal trainer, because I think this might be something fun to pursue, because, you know, I was getting stopped at stores randomly by, you know, like 16-year-old kids like, hey man, oh man, you got big shoulders. How do I get big shoulders like you? You
That's
know?
hilarious.
And, you know, just random people just stop you, you know, at the grocery store and stuff. And it's
Do
just,
people stop you, Abby?
Not random people, no.
But I mean, she's so Abby's also a trainer
Yeah.
at Body Fit Training in Brentwood, and
Oh,
you've
nice.
got a wonderful physique. So I just
Thank
always
you.
wonder if like people
Yeah.
also maybe stop you, as well.
maybe some ladies are like, oh girl, I love your legs. How do you do that?
No, they don't really.
Step it
No.
up, people. Tell
No.
Abby she's
Yeah,
beautiful.
hey,
No,
let's
people like that I'm with are like, oh, you look so good. Like my 10-year reunion this weekend, people were like, oh, you look so good.
Yeah.
But a lot of times conversations like that like end up being like maybe they think I look good, and then they are like, oh, like I know I need to get in the gym, and then they talk
It's
about
a
that like as if
reminder.
I expect them.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm like, you do you. Like,
like
we don't
hearing-
have to talk about the fact that like I work out. We can talk about other stuff. Like you're a person, I'm a person.
Yeah.
I love like
Yeah.
John's thing is that like it's very normal for other guys in the gym. I guess you would say just to walk up to another guy and be like, man, like I love how you're doing
100%.
this.
100%.
I could
Okay.
totally see young teenage. You mentioned young kids, right?
Yes,
Totally
it's-
could see that. Like
the
'cause
high
they have
schoolers are like, man, what do I do? How much do I have to
Yeah.
eat? What, you know, should I be
All
lifting
about it.
heavy? What should I be doing? 'Cause,
Yes.
You know, and I would get that a couple of times, and I'm starting to think, well, maybe I'm doing something right. And so I decided, you know, maybe I could do this as like maybe a part-time job. kind of helping people how to get big shoulders, how to get big arms, whatever, get physically fit.
And so that's when you decided to go through the ISSA route.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to bring some credentials, like some authority to it, I
also think you kind of have to if you're going to be in the industry.
Right. I mean, like, one, it helps to look the part, right? You got to be fit, right? And then two, I think it kind of helps to also say, hey, I kind of know what I'm talking about with these credentials that, continuing education every 2 years, we have to get recertified. So we have to stay on top of a lot of, cutting edge new science and stuff like that. So,
but personal experience plays a huge part in it, which is kind of where you started, because you had your personal experience. People are asking questions, and you're like, oh, well, and everybody's experience and bodies are different. But having experience of like, okay, well, this worked for me. Maybe I can help you too. Yeah. That does play a big part.
Yeah, 100%. And what I like to tell people is like, hey, what works for me may not work for you, right? And just like what you were saying about everybody's bodies, I'm like, the biomechanics are different for everybody. What may feel good to me on a lat pull down may not feel good on your wrists. And what I like to tell people is really try to find those exercises you do enjoy, because if you do enjoy them, you're more likely to stick with them. And you do them in the long run, and that's what builds the results, right?
What about people like me where I'm like, I don't like any of it?
Tala.
I'm like, I don't like any of it. So what about people like me? No, I actually love.
I love all of it.
I
have an answer for that.
I know you do.
I have an answer for that.
Tell me.
Okay, so it starts with the mind, right? So what we'd have to do is we would have to kind of pair something you do like with maybe an exercise that's the least painful. So maybe you don't like anything. So then we'll recategorize it and say, okay, what is the most least painful exercise?
Right.
And you'll list a couple of them, right? And then with that, we'll say, let's pair it with your favorite music, right? So really don't think about the exercise. You're rocking out to a playlist you love. You're listening to Taylor Swift's concert.
He knows me.
He knows, right? Yeah. And so you start pairing the stimuli together, and that kind of builds a habit.
I also love that he told me the other day, he was like, you love to scroll on TikTok. You love to be on your phone. Allocate that time while you're on the treadmill.
Absolutely.
That way, did you know they make like little,
I saw that. I just got advertised on that.
Can you please buy me one?
You got
They have these things where like they're like rings, and you can wear them and you can scroll while you're on, like, you don't have to actually hold your phone. You can put it on the treadmill and you can scroll, you can double tap, and you kind of have like a remote control in your hand. It just makes it more convenient.
For your TikTok and your Instagram.
I love that. And you meant, go ahead.
Oh, I'm going to change the subject.
Yeah, change the subject. Do it.
Well, not really. It's still kind of on the same subject. But like what you're saying is super important about finding things you do like and finding the positives, because when you are trying to coach somebody into a lifestyle change, the majority of their mindset is set on the things that are hard, what they don't feel like they're good at, how they're failing. And you, for success and to get people on board, and just even, you got to start small and find those wins. Like find the things you can do, the things that can do right, the things that do one thing that makes you feel good. And then that just snowballs. And then you, like with habit stacking, you just like gradually can start. Okay, this isn't a change all at once. Like let's do something you feel proud of to start. And then that really can shift mindset, which is everything.
And remind them why they started their fitness journey. Constantly remind them, you're doing this for you. You want to be there for your grandkids. You want to be able to tie your shoes without being out of breath. Remind them constantly. It gives them kind of motivation to keep going. So
I love that. It's like so cliche, but so true, of like choosing your hard. Like it's hard to work out. It's hard to eat healthy. It's hard to do all these other things that are that serve and honor your body. But it's more hard. Or it's maybe equal hard. I don't know. It depends on who you're talking to, I guess. But both can be hard, like struggling to tie your shoe or not being able to keep up with your grandkids and those things that you just mentioned.
Or, even being like humiliated at a pool, taking your shirt off, you just think about those things. And why did you start your fitness journey? Why are you interested in doing this, really? So
Yeah.
I think it's also, and we're going to get into like the business side of it because you own Pharaoh Fitness, and we're going to kind of talk about really where it came from, the why about it. But we did talk about, obviously, this really did all stem from the fact that you did notice that there was like an unhealthy lifestyle that you were kind of going through in that time. Take me through a little bit about, obviously, you know, how it made you feel and maybe being overweight and having that, and where you are now mentally, because it really does sound like you really reinvented yourself, not only just physically, but mind and soul as well. Take me through your mental health and how that also impacted.
Oh, yeah. So, oh gosh. So a few years ago, I was like 278 pounds at my heaviest, almost 300 pounds. Not a good, solid, lean muscle like I wish. So I was pretty heavy to say the least. I noticed it was a struggle for me just to even put on my socks or take off my socks, tying my shoes, things like that. I noticed everyday life was just more and more difficult. And then that kind of compounds with like how the public perceives you too. They see you as lazy. Oh, you drink too much, you know, and then you start becoming more of like the butt of the jokes, and you kind of just start, it's this self-feeding cycle of depression. And it's really just not a life you want to live. And I guess, you know, one day I was just tired of it all. And I have this saying, it's not a real like sparkly, happy saying, but I would always have this saying. It's like, when you hate yourself enough, you'll do something about it. And so I reached a point where I hated myself enough, the way I looked, the way I treated myself, the way I ate, the way I slept. And I did something about it. And I started slowly. I started with walking. And then I started building on top of that, started lifting weights. I didn't really have much of an idea. You know, I'd played football. I had some weightlifting experience in high school, but, you know, nothing incredible or anything. So I just started lifting weights in my garage. I started seeing results. I started getting compliments, and all of that just starts self-feeding down to, you know, and life got easier. I mow the yard, you know, in 30 minutes now with no pain, no struggles.
Yeah.
So, you know, and then once you go down that path and you start noticing all these benefits, you just keep going.
It's addicting.
Yeah.
It's addicting behavior, 100%.
Yes, for sure.
I feel like also it's important to note that, I mean, you know, you are someone who is constantly, you know, making sure that you keep up with your fitness journey. It's not something that you just did and now you're done and now you can kind of go back to the way things were. It is it's a journey. It is something that really never stops. It's in a complete lifestyle change. How also were other ways that you implemented different lifestyle changes?
So lifestyle changes. Okay. So basically, oh gosh, everything, right? The eating, like I stopped eating fast food. I started cooking at home.
Okay.
That saves a lot of money, and you know exactly your macros and everything measured out perfectly. I started eating healthy, and you know, I started noticing the weight dropping there. I started sleeping better. I stopped staying up all night on the weekends, going out drinking. Cutting out alcohol was a huge difference maker for many reasons. Alcohol is empty calories, so it's adding fat to your body. It also disrupts muscle protein synthesis.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you just went to the gym, you just ruined your progress by going out getting drunk. So, you know,
all sleep recovery, all that.
100%, 100%. And it all plays a factor with each other.
Yeah.
And, you know, once I started seeing the benefits and the progress, I just, you know, I put my foot on the gas and just kept going towards it.
So for you feel like the motivation was like initially just seeing the results and seeing how you felt that made you like, oh, I'm just going to continue this. I'm all in.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Once you start seeing like results, you're like, hey, this stuff actually works. You know, they're not just saying it because they like to say it. This stuff actually works.
And they're not just, I think one thing too that I think a lot of people think is they're not just lucky. Like, they're like, yeah, there are complications when it comes to people reaching their goals that are deeper than just start walking, stop drinking, eat at home. But for the majority of people, that is what you do. It's not that you're just lucky or just good genetics. Like, you do those things and you're disciplined in those things, consistent, and it works. You see change.
It's almost like being the change you want to see in the world, and like being the person that you want to be it's all about you and the decisions you make. Yeah, that there are conditions or genetics that can hold you back and be predispositions to making it harder, but there always is going to still be a way.
Yeah.
When we come back after our break, we're going to talk to Jon about what he's doing now and Pharaoh Fitness and how you can get plugged in. Nashville, welcome back to the NFM podcast. We are hanging out right now with a very special guest, if I don't say so myself. It is Jon Martin, my fiance, with Pharaoh Fitness. I'm so excited. I was going to ask because, Jon, you went into a really big, endeavor with just getting into the ISSA certification. He has a textbook like the size of my head. And so like it's a very big process. It's a lot of education, a lot of learning, and a lot of continued education. Yeah. And I know you had to go through something very similar, obviously, with your personal training license. Do you both? And I kind of have a question for both of you is the science behind it is very fascinating. I mean, Jon will even sometimes I'll even be like, what does protein do? And him taking me through how it really works in your body, things that we can't see, things that we really can't even think about. And he actually gives me a great way to just understand it and, visualize it. Do you find exercise science as exciting?
Oh,
you geek out on it a little bit?
Oh, yeah. That's how I knew that this was something I wanted to do, that I was passionate about this, because I hated school. And whenever I went through NASM, whenever I got my certification, I read every single word of that textbook, and I was excited to study. I was like, wow, I want to know this stuff. I was really interested, and it brought me excitement that I could know about it. Yeah. That I could have knowledge about something that I wanted to have knowledge about.
Jon, do you feel the same way?
100%.
It's just continued education.
Yeah, when you're excited about it, you just want to soak it up like a sponge.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I always love being like, so what does this do for my body? Or what does this do? And he's always telling me about new things and peptides and different things like that. Yeah. And he's so knowledgeable. I really love learning also through Jon as well. But let's talk about Pharaoh Fitness.
Yeah. So some of the things you were talking about a minute ago with just lifestyle change and where to start. And I was looking at your page on Instagram, your Pharaoh Fitness, and it seems like something you're really passionate about is it's not just a fitness program for people to follow, but it's really lifestyle change and setting people up to be independent, from what I could understand, which is super powerful. Tell us, which I love that. That's necessary.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell us about Pharaoh Fitness. What is it all about? How is it different? And where did the passion come from?
Yeah. So what is it all about? So it's really, I teach clients to basically teach themselves, I want to teach them the tools that I learned that worked for me. I want to give them, the tools to make their own self-assessments and figure out what works best for them, right? That's you're empowering the client that way to make their own decisions. I also want to show them that, the work ethic that they do in the gym actually translates into other areas in their life,
That's true.
It's
give
really,
me an example. What would that look like?
Yeah. So basically what it does is it hardens your resilience. So when you are facing maybe a personal record attempt and you achieved a goal that maybe you didn't think was accomplishable.
That's powerful.
And so that kind of motivation can kind of carry over. So now maybe you're at work and you're facing a daunting task and you have this winning mindset. And it's instead of thinking, oh, I can't do this, it's, oh, I'm going to give it my best shot. And just having that flipped of a mindset changes everybody's life, their whole perspective. So I kind of teach that as, fitness, how you conduct yourself, all of that really goes hand in hand. How you eat, all of that. It's really about building habits and building successful habits. It's building winning, activities. So you're stacking daily wins.
Yeah. I love that she asked really what makes you different. And I think, I don't want to respond for you, but I think watching you closely, even just in our household, he is very passionate about really taking on a niche type of topic and turning it into something fitness related with Pharaoh. So take me through the ancient Egypt, just brand and how you kind of carry that through the fitness world.
Where did the name come from?
Yeah. So I've always been fascinated by ancient cultures, civilizations when I was a little kid, specifically ancient Egypt, all the mysteries that surround it. How were the pyramids built? And you start thinking, these were built by, by people with, their own bodies and what what they're able to accomplish moving these 10,000 pound stones with basically, wooden planks and sticks and ropes.
The lack of resources and lack of technology.
Really, it's really all, the true grit that, built these gigantic monoliths. And that's kind of very, very inspirational to me. It's your body is a temple, and you're constantly working on your body. You're constantly building your temple, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of, assimilations, a lot of allegories there. So that's kind of how
That's cool.
I love it. I mean, if you go to his page, it's, he even brought us some stickers. We've got, who is this guy on the front?
That is Anubis.
So very ancient.
Yes, he is the one that judges you at your death.
Oh,
yes.
Oh my goodness.
And so I would have basically some advertisements that says Anubis is judging you for skipping leg day.
That's fun.
Yeah,
I like that.
I kind of play in some ancient Egyptian stuff with, add a little flair.
Theme.
Everybody's, exactly. So
I love it.
Just
when he came to me with Pharaoh Fitness, I was like, first of all, that just sounds really cool. It just sounds awesome. But I loved it because it was you are really reminding people that your body can really endure a lot of, I wouldn't say stress, but your body can endure a lot of physically taxing feelings just to get to a goal.
Yeah.
And that your body is a lot more capable than you realize.
Yeah.
And
you're the king, you're the pharaoh of it.
You're the king, you're the head pharaoh.
We're all pharaohs here.
We are all pharaohs here.
You're building the next pharaoh.
Can you make a sticker that says that?
Yes.
We're all pharaohs
you
here.
got
We're
it.
all pharaohs. All pharaohs are created equal.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, keep going.
So what does it look like for someone to practically someone to work with you? What would be step one? What's a process you take them through? And then what's the journey look like if someone were to work with Pharaoh Fitness?
Yeah, so you first is, the assessment, how far along are you with your fitness journey? What are you looking to accomplish? What are your goals? What is your experience? You have to interview each client to kind of figure out where they're at, right? To figure out where to start.
Yeah.
Some clients are at the very beginning and they need basically help building habits, right?
Yeah.
Just getting them to show up to the gym 4 times a week is a victory.
Yeah.
And then you'll have more advanced clients, right? They already show up to the gym 4 times a week. They don't need little happy stickers or achievements over that, right?
Yeah.
So they're a little more advanced. So depending on where they're at, I will assess all of that kind of information. And I want to know, basically, are there any past injuries they have? What do I need to stay away? Do you have a injured left knee from softball that I need to worry about? Okay, let's do some, more knee-friendly exercises.
What are the things that would inhibit success?
Yeah, exactly. Things like that. And so depending on all those answers, I will come up with a training program for them that fits, their schedule, their goals, what they're looking for. I'll create a nutritional guide for them, basically their calories, help track them, the macros, all that. And also, basically more advanced habit building, more sleep tracking. Are you staying on top of your sleep, quality sleep? Do you have metrics for that tracking? So that's kind of what it is in a nutshell, the process and how I design everything, each and unique for each individual client.
I love that you're with your client every step of the way, and that it's not just it's almost not even just based on your physical capabilities, lifting weights, losing weight. It is your sleep, it is your eating, it is, it's even just your work schedule. Every single thing about it is you're really walking alongside your clients. And I think that's so important. And I think that a lot of trainers maybe even lack that vulnerability and intimacy with their clients.
100%. This is more of a life coach position than it is personal training.
Do you feel that way,
There's
Abby?
so much more into it than just, here's a workout program.
Yeah.
It's how was your day at work? You know, are you stressed out from work? What are some mental barriers that are stopping you from the gym? Let's talk about it. Can I help you with time management? Can we shift? That's life coach stuff.
And all those things are necessary.
It is.
I think a lot of personal trainers maybe one reason they don't succeed is because they go into this thinking that it is just show up to the workout, I train you, and that's it. It's so much more, and that's something I've probably one of the biggest things I've learned.
And charge a lot just for that, by the way.
And charge a lot just for that. One of the biggest things I probably would say a top 3 that I've learned is that this is so much more lifestyle coaching than you even realize it's going to be. Because you can't get, like you said, some people just need to build a habit of getting to the gym 4 days a week, 3 days a week, whatever it is. So if you can't work with them to break down the barriers, then you're not going to be able to go to the next step, and you're not going to be able to. And
Jon is so, and I'm so biased, but I want people to hear this not through bias, but through just human experience. But he really truly makes me feel like I want to be a better person, and his story is so inspiring, so that when I do get to the gym and he's so proud of me, I just feel it, and it's so special. And he is building a habit within me that it's something that I would have not been able to do by myself alone, and that I love that he is taking on that journey with you. And I would say that you're just like that as well. I think trainers really need to be a lot more like that. And I love that you both are like that as well. Jon, what would you say is your vice? I mean, I know we all have one. What's something that you like, we're still human at the end of the day. What's something that you kind of cheat on?
Oh, she already knows.
Vaping. Vaping.
Yeah.
However, there are some scientific studies that say vaping in smokeless tobacco, the nicotine gets processed like caffeine, so it's almost kind of like an energy booster. Yeah, no, I'm not condoning vaping. I'm not saying it's healthy for you, but I'm saying there's
Abby, what's your
some
vice?
perks.
Oh, my vice?
Pizza.
I don't know if I would
like a mimosa.
I'm trying to think of like a true vice, because I don't think about I think about those things as balance, you know?
Right.
But I guess they could be vices.
Yeah.
Like I do drink, I eat pizza, I eat cookies. I mean, I do everything that everybody else does. It's just in my, I try to make sure, if I keep control of the majority of my life, if I stay consistent 80% of the time, then I have freedom. So I consider those things as freedom, not really vices.
Absolutely.
But probably a real vice that I'm would probably want to be better at, or try to change. Probably I just think not even so much fitness, but just overall wellness is just being more still, getting better at sleep routine, getting better at just mental wellness.
Yeah. Let's not go through mine, because mine's a list. You guys are I don't even know. And I'm oh, mine's this. Yeah. But I love that, because I think I live with Jon, and I see him still being able to still be just a human, right? If we want pizza tonight, can we have pizza tonight? By the way, it sounds really good. But if he wants pizza tonight, we'll do pizza. And I think that it's so special. But Jon also, I think, has really implemented, and I feel like you do a really good job about, you work out to live the life that you want to live, so that you do have the freedoms. You put in that 80% so that you can enjoy that 20%.
Sure. Yeah. The more lean muscle tissue you have, the more calories you burn at rest. So you have more flexibility to eat those pizzas if you want.
You could talk about that. Preach on that, strength training.
Yeah.
And a lot of people.
Hypertrophy is my specialty. I have a bodybuilding specialty.
Okay.
And I absolutely love muscle building. And I mean, that I could go on for hours and hours.
It's elite. It's number one. Building muscle.
Oh, 100%. I absolutely love it.
For losing weight.
And Tala is no stranger to some barbell back squats. You know, she'll lift some weights.
Barbell back squats.
Yeah, she'll do some lifts.
Lat pull downs.
Yeah. Okay, girl.
Some, what's the one behind the, that?
Oh, the tricep extension. Yeah. I was teaching her some dumbbell tricep extensions.
Let me tell you,
Tala, we should work out together.
I honestly get so self-conscious in the gym. Jon's helped me become a lot more open about it. But yes.
And barbells are scary.
I am definitely more of a cardio girly. I used to teach spin, as you know.
Yes.
And so I feel like cardio has always stayed within me. But yes, you both, and also just doing the podcast allowed me to realize there's so many, even more benefits with strength training than there is just cardio. And I love that.
Yeah.
And so Jon's really helped me start getting into some weight training a little bit,
Absolutely.
which I love. And you kind of notice a lot of it. And he celebrates your wins with you. I am not a client of his. I am just someone who knows what it's like to be lifted up by Jon. And it's such an amazing feeling. And that's why I advocate for people to give him a try.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier that you were biased because you're his fiance, but you also know him best. Like, so it could be biased, but also it's fact, like, because you know him more than anybody. So if you can say those things, then that's amazing.
Exactly. Jon, you sound like you have someone that, I mean, you really do. You have a motivation and a discipline that's truly unmatched. When there are days that you feel like you truly can't, what gets you through those days?
Oh gosh, the only reason I would be missing the gym is because of some kind of time constraints. Something really important, right? Okay, so wedding stuff.
I knew he was going to say wedding stuff.
Other than that, I've really only a handful of times I've been just not mentally in the right mindset to do a workout. Other than that, I'm there. I live and breathe it.
Is it recommended to still do the gym when you're not mentally there?
You still can, but it's, for me, I won't have the intensity. You know, doing anything is better than doing nothing. But for me, I'm like, I want to set a new PR. I want to push it a little bit more. If I don't have that intensity, it really bothers me.
Right.
And I say, you know what? I'm going to come back and just hit it hard tomorrow.
Do you think you're a little different on that one?
I wouldn't say different. I think it just depends. Like some days I would say, you know, great job showing up, even though you like weren't here for it mentally, because maybe you feel better afterwards. Like it's something you're doing to honor your body. But then some days we need to take our time. You need to take time. Maybe you don't need to show up to the gym that day, and there should be no shame in that. And it's totally okay. So I think it really just, and the person themselves being honest with themselves, like, did I not go to the gym because I didn't feel like it and I knew I would feel better afterwards? Or did I really need to like self-care and like take care of myself today? And maybe I'm going through something really hard and just need to like just sit at home.
Yeah. Did you feel, Jon, I know that you built a home gym essentially, so you didn't really actually go into a gym in the early start of, you know, your bodybuilding.
A commercial
experience.
gym. No, I started out.
You started out in your garage gym, but did you ever feel intimidated at the gym? And what would you say to someone who might feel intimidated when they go to the gym?
Okay. So I would say that no, I did not feel intimidated going to a commercial gym because I had the many, many months of garage gym lifting where I'm like, hey, I know how to hold a dumbbell. You know, I know the basic movements of these exercises that I'm not going to hurt myself and I'm not going to look stupid. However, I do recall going to gyms and not knowing what to do.
Yeah.
And that is intimidating because you do feel like everybody's looking at you. I mean, some people are looking at you just because you're in their way, you know. But I mean, but yes, that is a real thing. The showing up, just feeling like you don't know what to do because you know nobody's there to tell you what to do.
And I feel like, and you sound like you're something like you really want to model your coaching and training as to someone who can go and be able to do this on their own and not have you standing over them. So when people do have that intimidation and they are on their own, they are by themselves, what would you say to them? What's the best piece of advice?
Okay, so if they're on their own by themselves, so the first thing I would do is whatever exercise you're doing that you're not 100% certain about technique or form, always start lightweight.
That's good advice.
Lightweight. Always go slow. Okay. I would also say, you know, look at many of these YouTube videos. Everybody's got form videos everywhere. You can look 18 different sources on how to do a correct lat pull down. You'll get the general idea, but the main thing I tell my clients, you know, is what I'm looking for in form is, one, you're not hurting yourself. You're not slinging the weight around. You're not dropping the weight. You're not jerking around your joints and stuff like that. And then two, are you hitting the actual target muscle? You know, a lot of people, if they're doing lat pull downs, I feel it in my biceps. I feel it in my forearms, you know, and then you give them cues. well, try pulling the bar through your elbows, pull down through your elbows, and that'll engage their lats. And so that kind of helps them connect with a mind-muscle connection.
That is a huge thing to like train clients on, is mind-muscle connection, and totally sets them up for success on their own. Because if they can notice things, like how they feel, if they can notice muscles, then that's so helpful. And so many things translate, like movements translate.
You're not going to stick with something if you truly can't see it. I mean, or feel it. I mean, that's religion 101. If you can't feel it, you're not going to stick with it. So, I mean, preach, right? So, like, I feel like that's something that's so cool, is that, like, you know, he's actually giving you the tips to be successful instead of just leaving you high and dry. Jon, you just mentioned something that's really cool, and I want to ask you this, Abby, as well. The power of like influencers, the power of content creators, the power of people like that are in the fitness industry that are leading on social media and doing it so that you can see it for yourself and be inspired, like Sam Sulik, the Trend Twins, Dr. Mike. They are on all the time at the house, which is fine. I feel like I learn a lot from them too. Do you follow a lot of people that kind of make this? Who do you follow? Like, is it women and men? Take me through that.
Yeah. I follow a lot of women for inspiration, like after I got into this world. But one of the biggest, I mean, honestly, probably the thing that led me to personal training was the Mind Pump podcast. And it's like a group of 3 guys. Have you heard of them?
I have not.
But I have a feeling it's going to be on the house.
You know what? I'm secretly writing that down.
Yeah, it's going to definitely be on
the Mind Pump.
Mind Pump. They're amazing.
Okay.
So knowledgeable, and I learned so much. Me and my husband will just listen to them on road trips, and we learned so much. And they were all personal trainers at one point, and now they train personal trainers. So anyways, they were like a huge part. And then now I follow a lot of like people who have like niches that I can learn from, like mobility specialists. And then my favorite is just like the ones who inspire me. Like I follow a lot of hybrid athletes, guys and girls, that are doing things that like I personally love, like train the way I personally love to train.
Like High Rocks and all that stuff.
There are so many good resources out there.
Do you do CrossFit?
No, just like traditional weightlifting. Yeah.
Okay.
But High Rocks is High Rocks.
I don't think so.
Abby's doing that one soon.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I am.
She's being very excited.
I did one in April in Atlanta. I'm doing Boston in September, but it's like a functional race. It's kind of like everybody says the new CrossFit Games, but you don't have barbells. There's like everybody does the same weight for the most part. It's not.
It's more inclusive. It allows people to they're going through it together.
A lot of running. Like it's an endurance race.
I'm out.
I was going to say, Jon, have you ever considered going into marathons or relay? No. Okay, done.
Marathons? No.
Done.
No. I am.
Yeah, we just talked about how we love strength training.
Yes.
No. So, but I would consider doing like a bodybuilding show
or like powerlifting or something like that.
No powerlifting. No.
Just bodybuilding.
Powerlifting and bodybuilding completely different.
Yeah,
a little overlap, but completely different.
Okay.
I love a good challenge, like something to like push me to do something new and just push myself. You should do that.
I mean, and I'm just curious to see where I stack up with like my age group or whatever. Yeah. You know, I would just I'm
interested. Learn a lot from it. Like 100%. Anytime you do something different, you'll learn from it.
100%. Yeah.
To be able to train someone else.
Exactly right.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, if people want to train with you or want to get involved with Pharaoh Fitness, where should they go?
Yes. So I am on TikTok at Pharaoh Fit Training. I'm on Instagram at Pharaoh Fit Training as well. And I have a website, guess what? PharaohFitTraining.com. So you'll find me out there making some noise. So if you're interested.
You won't be available in March. Why?
I have a wedding to attend.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited for you guys. Next March?
Next March.
Oh my goodness.
It's coming very soon.
And you're going to be dress shopping soon, you said?
I'm dress shopping this week.
Oh my gosh. What do you think she's going to wear?
Something awesome.
White.
Something white.
I had a feeling he was going to be like, something white. Yeah. Anyway. Jon, it was really lovely to have you in.
Thank you so much.
So
I am so happy. I got plugged into Nashville Fit actually because I was at the gym with Jon at Crunch Fitness in Hermitage, and Terry and Carrie were both there at the Crunch Fitness's just like a big kickoff party for their new location. And Carrie and Terry were both there handing out magazines, and I walked up to them and said, "I want to work for you. I love what you do." I did, and the rest is history. So if it wasn't for Jon, I actually wouldn't even be be here at NFM. So
oh my.
he's really helped me with my fitness journey, and I hope he can help you too. So if you found this episode somewhat helpful, I know you did, definitely like, subscribe, and share with a friend, and maybe even send it to someone you don't like, just to get it out there. Circulate it around. And on behalf of Nashville Fit Magazine and Spread the Positive, we will see you next time. Thank you so much, Abby and Jon.
Pharaoh Fit fam out.
Pharaoh Fit fam out.